Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, we are going to discuss October 2025, paper 1. All right, the first question over here says to you 35.8 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. So here you're multiplying it by 1000. So moving the decimal point to 3 digits to the right is going to give you 358. This is only one digit, but I need two more digits. So 35,800. Draw a ring around the two calculations that will give a positive answer. So negative 4 to the power of 2, yes, will give a positive answer. And negative 4 multiplied by negative 2, multiplying negative by negative is going to give you positive. Here, Angelique says, the diagram shows two intersecting lines. Angelique says angle A and angle B are corresponding angles. Angelique is not correct to complete the sentence with the correct description of the angles. Angle A and angle B they are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Ahmed wants to find out the amount of money students of different, so he wants to find out the amount of money students of different ages spend on lunch and which food is the most popular. Give one example of quantitative data. What is the meaning of quantitative? It comes from the word the quantity. What does that mean? Quantity means countable. So things that you can count. So definitely you can talk about the amount of money. So money will give you the mark. If you want to talk about the ages, it is also quantitative data. Okay. All right. If you want also to write number of students, that would be also considered correct, by the way. The number of students. So number of students is also correct. It's still quantitative. Here in this one, you should notice that they multiplied as if they're saying to you 0.84 over 0.12. Multiplying by 100 up and down, it's going to lead to 84 over 12. So 84 over 12, which is 7. Use compasses and a ruler to construct a triangle with all three interior angles of 60 degrees. First, I'm gonna need to use this application. To answer this question. They said they want all the angles at 60 degrees. So you must open, that means that they want an equilateral triangle. So for an equilateral triangle, you must open the compasses the same length exactly as the side length. Then you draw an arc at the top. You come over here and you draw an arc on the left side. Then you do this. You connect over here. Now we connect over here. This way, you constructed an equilateral triangle. And an equilateral triangle has 60, 60, 60 degrees. You don't actually need to write the 60 degrees each, but they need to see the constructions and do not rub out your arcs. Next, the cost of hiring a car is a charge of $50 per day. And you're going to find out that they told you days is N. So $50 per day. So 50 times N, 50 times the number of days, plus a fixed cost of $80. So it is 50 N plus 80. They want a formula for the total cost. So it is C equals, to find the total cost, you multiply $50 by the number of days, so 50 times N, then you add a fixed cost of 80. So it is this one. Draw the graph of 4x plus 5y equals 40. Well, when x is 0, they actually have given you that table. So when x is 0, 4 times x is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Bye-bye. So 5y is left equals 40. Then y is what? 40 divided by 5, which is 8. And if y is 0, So 5 times 0 is 0. Bye-bye. So it's only 4x that is left equals 40. Then x is going to be 10. So it is 0, 8, 10, 0. You must complete this table. This step is very easy and straightforward. So 0, 8, 10, 0, you plot this on your graph. 0, 8 is here. 10, 0 is here. Then you connect them using the ruler and a straight line. A ruler and a pencil. Here you go. All right, I'm going to go down to read the rest of the question. Unfortunately, just the line is going to move with me down. It's fine. Oh, that's it. This is the only thing about the question. It's 810. You leave it this way. Now I'm going to erase it. This question, they want angle A. You should notice that these two angles are angles in a straight line, actually. So this is 70 degrees. They add up to 180. Knowing that this is an isosceles triangle, so these two sides are equal, they said to you. These two sides are equal, then the side that is different is which one? These two sides are equal. The third side of the triangle has these equal angles. So again, the two angles on the different side are equal. They must be equal because this is an isosceles triangle. The two angles on the different side must be equal. All right, good. What about this one, mister? This one is going to be how many degrees? This one is going to be 70 degrees. How did you know? You can say that this is alternate with this. So this is 70. So this one is also 70. You can also say that this is co-interior with this. They add up to 180. Anyway, you're going to find that this angle is 70. And we found that this is also 70 degrees from the isosceles triangle. Then 70 plus 70 is 140. This must be 40 degrees. Okay. Someone also might think about, oh, finding the third angle over here in the triangle. So 70, 70, 140. This is going to be 40 degrees, which is alternate with this one. Same. Draw a ring around the correct answer, the correct calculation to increase 88 by 13%. This requires the multiplier. They told you increase and they put it over there in bold. And it is 88 times the multiplier. It is 13% plus 100%, which is 113%, right? But as a decimal, it is 1.13, which is this one. A prism has a cross-section that is a regular polygon. The prism has 4 planes of symmetry. Well, to write down the mathematical name for the shape that is the cross-section of the prism. To find this, you must just remember one thing. If the prism is hexagon, for example, what are the number of planes of symmetry? Planes of symmetry are going to be 6, because hexagon has 6 sides, plus 1. What if it's heptagon? If the prism had cross-section, heptagon, then it is 7 plus 1. Mister, it has 8 planes of symmetry. Mister, they're giving me actually that it has 4 planes of symmetry. What is that polygon? Then you minus 1, you're going to go backwards. Minus 1 is going to be 3. So it is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Or regular triangle. All right, good. So it is a triangle. Why a mister? Because now if you want to find the planes of symmetry of this shape, how are you going to do it? You're going to say, mister, it's a triangle, so it is 3 sides, but you wanted the planes of symmetry of that prism, then you plus 1 gives you 4, which is what they said to you here. 4 planes. So it is a triangle. Simplify this, x to the power of 9, you just add the powers. This one, what divided by 3 is 6? You're going to find out that it's 18 divided by 3 is 6. Y to the power of 15 divided by y to the power of what is y to the power of 8? y to the power of 15 divided by y to the power of 7 is going to give you y to the power of 8. How? Because 15 minus 7 is 8. You subtracted the powers. All right. Over here, the micrometers and 1 meter, how can I get rid of the micro, or how can I convert it into a meter? You should memorize the value of each prefix. So you should remember that you've got over there centi, and you've got milli, you've got micro, you've got nano. And the centi was 10 to the power of negative 2. This is 10 to the power of negative 3. This is 10 to the power of negative 6. This is 10 to the power of negative 9. So micrometer, so it is 1 million multiplied by the micrometer is 10 to the power of negative 6. So, which is going to give you exactly 1. So it is going to give you 1 meter exactly. Multiplying this number by 10 to the power of negative 6 is going to give you 1 meter exactly. So they are equal. All right, what is next? 100 nanometers and 1 micrometer. Mr. 100 times, look at this, the nano is 10 to the power of negative 9. While this is 1 multiplied by what? By 10, it's micro to the power of negative 6, right? So what is this going to give you? If you want to convert this back to being just a 1, if you want it just 1, so you can say, Mister, I'm going to go back 1, 2, and I need 7 more, 1, 2, 3, and I need 6 more zeros. So as if you're saying 0.6 more zeros than 1. While this one over here, it is 0. You're going to move 1 digit and 5 more zeros. 1. Which one is bigger? You're going to find out that this one is bigger. Light year definitely is greater than 1 million kilometers. How, yeah, mister? 1 light second. Guys, light second, not light year. 1 light second is approximately 300,000 kilometers. So just imagine the light year. What did I write? Second. All right, a light second is approximately 300,000 kilometers. Imagine, so 4 seconds actually, 4 light seconds are going to be more than 1 million kilometers. Just imagine a year. Eva walks the length of her garden. She takes 20 seconds walking at a speed of 4 kilometers. So here is the time, and here is the speed. They said 20 seconds, 4 kilometers. And they're asking about the 5, if the speed is 5 kilometers. Find the number of seconds. The first thing that you should ask yourself, am I dealing with direct or inverse proportion? If the speed goes up with the time we take in the journey, go down, or it will also go up? No, mister, the speed goes up, the time goes down. So it is inverse. Then use that trick that I taught you before. You multiply 20 by 4 and then you divide by 5. So it is 20 times 4. Then the answer you divided by 5. It's going to give you exactly 80 divided by 5, which is going to give you exactly 16 seconds. So the answer is going to be 16 seconds. All right, let's continue. Mister, will this always work? In number 14, will it always work? Always in inverse proportion. This increases, the other decreases. This decreases, the other increases. Always in inverse proportion it works. 20 multiplied by 4 is 80. 80 divided by 5, this works. Only in inverse proportion. Here, it is 5 multiplied by 3, negative 3 plus 2, which is negative 1, squared, minus 7. So it is 5 times 1 minus 7. So it's going to give you exactly negative 2. So 5 minus 7, you must multiply first. It is negative 2. Show the steps. Show your steps. Children in class A are generally taller because the range of for class A is larger. Definitely wrong before even reading what the question is talking about. Why, mister? Generally, if you're comparing something, if you're doing a general comparison, and mister, you definitely need the mean or median. Range and mode do not do general comparison. So, because of the range, no way. This is not general comparison. It is false. Children in class B are generally taller because the mean for class B is larger. You're going to find here, yes, it is true. It is they are generally taller because the mean for class B is larger. Yes, the mean is for general comparison. The tallest child is in class B. We have no idea. We don't know. Mister, the mean is larger. I don't know if the tallest one is here or not. Maybe. The tallest one is in class A actually. Maybe. The tallest one is in class A, but the mean and the average of the heights or the heights of students in class B is more. So we don't know. We don't have enough info to tell whether the tallest child is in class B or in class A. You shouldn't actually think about this. 40 divided by 2 emitter is 20. You want to do it? Fine. 40 equals 20x. You send the x to the other side multiplication. Then you send the 20 over their division. So x equals the 40 over 20, which is just 2. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to send this there multiplication. So 8 equals 2 multiplied by y minus 3. Okay, so 8 equals 2y minus 6. So you're going to find that you send the negative 6 to the other side, positive 6. So it is 14 equals 2y. I said 8 plus 6. So y equals 7. Show your steps. All right, next. The saying to you here in question 18, for this question, x can be an integer or a decimal. It could be an integer or a decimal. Tick to show if each of these statements is true or false. X is less than negative 2. Is equivalent to negative 2 is less than x? Definitely not. Here they're saying that x is smaller. Here they're saying that x is greater. So definitely false. 5 is greater than x is the same as 12x is less than 60. No, mister, let's slow down here a bit because they're switching the place of x and they're switching the sign and they're changing the values. So let's slow down a little bit. This is the same as x is smaller than 5. Now we have both x's on the same side. X is smaller than 5. It's the same, right? But here they multiplied the x by 12. So they said 12x. Okay, yeah, but they multiplied the 5 also by 12. Okay, so this is equivalent. It is 12x and 12 times 5 is 60. So, mister, they are equivalent. This is true. Here in this one, x is greater than or equal to 3 is equivalent to that 2. X is greater than 2? Well, no, this is false. Why, mister? Because greater than or equal to 3 starts from 3. But greater than 2 doesn't start from 3. It could start from 2.1, which is not the same as this one. This one starts from 3, but this one could start from 2.1. That's why they said to you, it could be an integer, could be a decimal. All right, 4x is greater than or equal to 12. So x, if you divide here by 4, you divide here by 4, is x is greater than or equal to 3. Are they equivalent? No. Here the 3 is not included. Here the 3 is included, so it's false. Let's continue. The table shows information about the time taken for some athletes to complete a race. They want you to draw the frequency polygon. Mister, for the frequency polygon, you must start from the midpoint. So midpoint until frequency. Midpoint is 20.5, which is here. until frequency, which is 5. It's here. Then 21.5 to 12, 21.5 until I reach 12. Here you go. Then 22.5 to 17, 22.5 until 17. Here you go. It is between 16 and 18. 23.5 until 22. 24.5 until 2. 24.5 until 2. Here you go. What am I supposed to do next, mister? Next, you must connect them. Don't forget to connect them. This is extremely important. So you connect from the first point, not from the 0. First point connected to the second, then third, then this one over here, then this one over here. I'm going to erase it right now. Oh, nope. The slowest time taken to complete the race was 24.1 seconds. Draw a ring around each of the possible values for the range of the times taken in seconds. All right. They're saying to you here that each one, the slowest time was 24.1. So look at this. Slowest time, which means the largest time. If you're taking the largest time to move, that means that you are the slowest. It's not the least time. All right, so the slowest time, they're telling you that it is the largest time is 24.1. This is largest. What is the smallest? So largest time. Smallest time is what? Oh, mister, it is between 20 and 21. Okay, so it could be 24.1 if they are requesting the range. If they're just requesting only the range, then I would just say 24.1 minus 20. That's largest minus smallest, which would be 4.1. Or, but here they're not just requesting that, they're telling you find the two possible values. Mister, you're gonna find it could be 20, the smallest time could be 20, could be 21. So it is 24.1 minus 21 also, which is going to give you 3.1. So if the time taken, the smallest time taken is 20, or the shortest time taken is 20, it would be 4.1. If it is 21, it would be 3.1. So both would actually be correct, right? But here they've given you 4 and 3.1. You choose both of them. Again, if they are requesting from you only find the range, that's it. You do largest, which is 25, minus smallest, which is 20. That would give you 5. That's if they're saying to you, find the range. But over here, it's different. They told you, no, the slowest, the fastest, the slowest one is 24.1, not 25. And they are asking about more than one possible answer. So it is 24.1, either minus 21 or minus 20. Both possible answers are around 3.1, 4.1, which is going to lead you to this. Next. A sequence has a first term of 22. The term-to-term rule is to subtract 2.5. Show that the 10th term in this sequence is negative. Mister, it is negative because I must first find the nth term. Nth term. How can I do it, mister? I know that this is linear. How did you know? Because the same thing is happening every time. Linear sequence, okay. They're minusing a 2.5 every time? Yes. So what am I supposed to do, mister? You're supposed to do negative 2.5, which is what they're minusing, times n. If you were minusing 3 every time, so negative 3n. Okay, but this is not the case. They're minusing a 2.5 every time, so negative 2.5n. Then plus term 0. What is term 0? Plus the first term is 22. To go back to term 0, we're not going to subtract. We're going to add 2.5, which is going to lead to 24 and a half, right? This is the rule actually. You want to convert it into decimal, it's up to you. Totally up to you, and it would be actually more comfortable over here. But you must just find first the nth term. Finding the nth term is going to lead you to everything. Show that the 10th term in the sequence is negative. So I'm going to remove n and write 10. I'm going to remove n and write 10. So it is negative 2.5 multiplied by 10 is going to give you exactly negative 25. And plus 24.5 is going to give you negative 0.5. That's how we show that it is the 10th term is negative half. In question B here, they're saying to you, draw a ring around each value that is a term in this sequence. And if you notice over here, they're just providing only negative integers. What do you mean, Mr. Negative integers? Negative whole numbers only, right? So these are only the negative whole numbers. We know from part A that the first negative term is negative half, right? So subtracting the 2.5, it's going to become negative 3. Subtracting the 2.5 is going to become negative 5.5. Subtracting the 2.5, it is going to become negative 8. Oh, mister, do you really expect me to keep going until I see if negative 47 and negative 88 are terms in the sequence or not? Not really, but you should actually notice that I do not subtract the negative 2.5 to reach the whole number. No, because subtracting the 2.5 leads to decimal, then 2.5 again leads to the whole number. So you could think about it this way, that we subtract a 5 right away, which is 2.5, then 2.5 again. So every time you subtract 5, you're gonna see that, oh, I'm gonna reach a whole number, just like what they're providing over here. So minusing negative 5 again is gonna help you reach what? Not the next term, but the next whole number. So it's going to help you reach the negative 13. Then subtract the 5 again. It's going to help you reach the next whole number, which is negative 18. Oh, mister, okay, this is much better right now. But do you really also expect me to keep going until I reach negative 88 and see if it is there or not? Not really. To be honest with you, this question is very tricky, and most of the students do not notice the pattern. The pattern over here with the whole numbers is that all the whole numbers end with either a 3 or 8, either a 3 or 8, and so on. So you should know from that that negative 8, negative 23, negative 88 are all terms in the sequence, which is honestly very hard to notice, but this is one way to answer the question. What is the other way, mister? The other way takes very long, to be honest with you, which is using the nth term, and then you test if n is going to be a positive integer or it's going to be a decimal. If it is a decimal, no, it is not a term in the sequence. If it is a whole number, then yes, it is a term in the sequence. Then you solve the equation of the nth term again with the negative 12. If n is a whole number, then it is a term in the sequence. Then you test it over and over again. This is the other way, which is also which is going to take very long time and is going to waste the time of other questions as well. Here is a number fact. 4.28 multiplied by 23.9, that's the same exactly as 239 multiplied by 428. Look at that. Definitely is going to give me this, 102,292, right? But mister, we have 3 decimal places, so just put the 3 decimal places. Here, 1022.92 divided by 0.0239. Okay, mister, we cannot divide decimals. We cannot divide if the divisor is a decimal. You can't do this. So what are we supposed to do? Make sure that you multiply here by 10,000 to get rid of the decimal. Oh, but what you do over here, you must do there too. So the question now changes. I need 2 more zeros divided by 239. Okay, Mister, dividing this by 239 will give me 428. Yes, exactly. Dividing this by 239 should give you 428. We knew this from the fact. Yes, Mister, but there are 2 zeros left. Then put them down. So it is 42,800. Here in this question, you should know that it is easier to get rid of this fraction into the decimal by adding them up. 9.5 plus a half is 10 cubed. But you're multiplying it by what? 2 and 7 over 25. Convert it into a decimal, going to be much easier. And you can easily do that by multiplying here by 4 and multiplying here by 4. So it is going to be 2 and 28 over 100, which is 2.28 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. This is going to give you 2280. Here with the last question. The last question here says to you that point A has the coordinates -9, -4, and point C has the coordinates of 21, 11. Point B lies on the line AC. So from AB to BC. Look at that. I'm going to say A, and the last one is the C. You must notice one thing about the ratio. The ratio is telling you that the line consists of how many parts? Your line consists of 5 parts, 2 parts for AB, 3 parts for BC. So I got 5 parts. You don't have to divide them equally, but this is just to help you. Here I have 5 parts. Look at that. 1 part, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Good. All right. But they told you that the AB is only 2 parts. So B is here. AB is only 2 parts. So that BC is the other 3 parts. So BC is the other 3 parts. Perfect. What is A? A is -9, -4. What is C? C is 21, 11. Good. What are we supposed to do now? Now they are requesting from you to find the coordinates of point B. I need to know what is B. All right, Mister, we need to use the lesson that we learned. If I remember it right, it was Unit 13, I guess, which is points on a line segment. This point is how far is it from the line, or what fraction is it of the line? This point is 2/5 of the line. So I need to find what is 2/5 of this line. Okay, there is a rule that we learned for this. To find the x and to find the y. Fraction that you want of the difference plus x1. Fraction of the difference plus y1. This is the rule to get any fraction of a line. So now the fraction is 2/5 of what? The difference between x1 and x2. How many numbers are there in between? You're going to find that there are 30 numbers from -9 to 21. Mister, from -9 until I reach 0, it is going to become exactly 9 numbers. So until you reach 21 is 30. So I want 2/5 of 30. Then what do we do next? Plus x1, which is -9. You're going to find that 2/5 of 30, 30 divided by 5 is 6, times 2 is 12. 12 plus -9, which is 12 minus 9, that is going to give you 3 exactly. So the x is 3. Okay, good. But I still need to find the y. What is 2/5? I'm going to use this distance of the difference in the y's. The y is -4 here, 11 here. So 2/5 of the difference. What is the difference between -4 and 11? There are 15 numbers, mister. From -4 to 0 is 4, and until you reach 11 is going to be 15 numbers. So 2/5 of 15 plus y1, which is -4. So 2/5 of 15, 15 divided by 5 is 3, times 2 is 6. So it is 6 plus -4, which means 6 minus 4, right? So what is 6 minus 4? It is 2. So it is 3, 2. The answer is 3, 2. If you remember this rule, it's going to be very easy. If you don't remember it, it's going to be a little bit messy and it's going to be very confusing to you. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in another video.